Tempo fa vi ricordavo gli apprezzamenti di Julio Monteiro Martinez, direttore di Sagrana, che è una delle più belle riviste letterarie online. Julio ha scritto che Casa della Poesia con i suoi progetti è certamente la struttura italiana più importante e prestigiosa impegnata.
Grazie Sergio per il tuo parole. E buonasera a tutti, io sono molto contento di essere qui a leggere la mia poesia per voi. Questo è come a casa, veramente per me, e anche questi libri sono un'espressione di quella. Infatti il copertino per Voleva era un'immagine di me quando ero 5 anni e mio padre ha fatto quella foto alla fiera mondiale nell'anno 39, prima di guerra, seconda, e la copertina dietro è l'immagine della mia mamma. E infatti questo libro, Sergio è editore di questo libro, Raffaele ha tradotto questo libro, e i 2 libri infatti, e i suoi figlio, per Paolo gli auguri, ha creato le copertine per questi libri, e io voglio veramente a dire grazie per Paolo, Sergio e certo Raffaele, un grande traduttore. Ok, Gaspare e io che dice questa è la prima poesia, è una poesia, uno scrittore che ho amato non semplicemente perché lui è un grande scrittore in prosa, con un idioma indimenticabile, ma anche perché lui ha scritto alcune delle prime poesie contro il fascismo nel secolo. In Memoriam, Ernest Hemingway. Lightning runs down the midnight Dakota sky. We slept in back of the wagon, feet stuck out of mosquito netting. It was hot. Wyoming in the morning was Indian red with axe-nose mountains of Shoshone, chin cliffs of sediment piled high and telling of when mountains fought each other, and Bighorn narrowed with clay and silt to Montana browns and greens, bucks loping on hills, wilderness bare, a great tree growing out of the head of a moose. We headed south in Idaho, riding clear towns, taking back roads, filling the back of the wagon with sprigs and flowers. Never turned the radio on, never read a headline. We hit California. The newspaper said, Papa, you were 3 3 days dead. The cities and towns piled up again. The sun got blinding. She put on dark glasses. I drove slowly through the streets to the end.
Più vicino come qua. Come questo? No. Forse questo. Forse no, forse no.
It's to take, Jack. We need to.
Oh, you need to take. Okay, to take care of it. Right, your problem. Ok. La prossima poesia è una poesia d'amore. Blue. Love comes over me like someone who walked away and left her white dress with the little blue flowers behind, going into the future radiantly naked. What am I to do with it? Put it on? I don't wear dresses. I love what's inside them. But this one's so sad and alone, I'll just let it lie a while on my chest, against the curve of my arm, and just let blue flowers be blue. Io provo questa, più, va bene, più, sì. La prossima è mother. We are not in this world. A long time ago it happened, it was over. The world, the war, the world war. I took you by the hand through it. Tiniest hand, tiniest star. You didn't move, then I was dead. Then you were dead. In the open mouth of grief, there is a candle. I am not with my breath. I am the slow peeling away of the skin, and all the deaths I've seen registers in my eyes. I have been a laughing tree beside a stove of honeyed bananas. I have been a silver fox in the elegance of heels. I have been what has brought you down, and the words you look up. I have been the spit upon and the ganged, the slain and the invincible, the bitch of moons, the whiplash of compassion behind the drug of sluts, the red thread that liberates all convicts, the thimble that balances your jiggers, the kalimba that wraps your nightmares in lullabies, the power of birth when a child dies. We are not in this world. A long time ago it happened, it was over. The world, the war, the world war. I took you by the hand through it. Tiniest hand, tiniest star. Why should I weep now that you entered the darkness? Many like me are around you. Our ether is without end. Should we never speak again, you shall write our conversation. Should my voice fall short of your heart, but that is impossible. You're still such a child. I'm weeping in the window. Other voices will lift mine and carry it to the center of your breathing. Oh, my beloved, when you burst into flame, when your bones were blistered, at those precise moments, who drove the seeds in a rapid torrent of flies and targeted the yearning eggs with glory? When you grew like a prima into a text of rage and all the injustice of this profiteering hell, when your mind was broken, when your sex was split like Korea, Vietnam, like the North and South, when poisons came with pleasure and the antidote was dead, who cut through the air as if wringing a chicken's neck, who tore the feathers and flung them to cushion your fall? I am the creature who runs through the streets, screaming your name against the mockery. I am the sleep of the suicide and the cataract of immemorial hair. I am the attack of liberty on the heart of heart and the poem on the heart of hearing, the solitude, the grace, the smile that returns your smile from the depths of the biology of labor and joy. Only the heartbeats of the Dithyramb approach. Only the soul drums of the cosmos define. We are not in this world. A long time ago it happened in Moldova. The world, the war, the world war. I took you by the hand to it. Tiniest hand, tiniest star. La prossima è una poesia per un grande scrittore e poeta americano morto 7 anni fa, 8 anni fa, Meridel è suo. Meridel era veramente la passionaria dei poeti americani, anche se non veramente conosciuto, perché lei ha vissuto nel Middle West e dopo l'area giovane di Meridel ha recitato le due coste di media, le due coste facciano l'immagine, ma lei è pure poetessa negli Stati Uniti. Our best harvest. Now I am walked into, I am knocked, I am poured through. What's left of me, I am sent to by the seeds exploding. I am given birth to at the point of my death. Rock, I rock with my baby earth at my nipple. I am sown naked. I am shook all the death out of me. Work done, work go on being said, sung, changing the way today already was. Only the thrust, only the yearning burst grapes into wine, burst corn kernels into the sun. Like the future is a land, Meridel. So our best harvest, Meridel. stato in San Francisco all'inizio dell'anno 2001. Poem for the Millennium. Amid history's dust, among vestigial bones of old ideologies, 1 foot forward, but seemingly no way forward or back, an originary thinking, a dream, beating its head against a computer screen that's already infomercial it. Some see the millennium as billions of people in need, some as billions of bucks. Some see the gap widening between haves and have-nots. Some see the gap globally expanding. It shocks. How to get a roof over everyone's head. How to get 3 squares for all, ad infinitum. There's more terror, more greed, more wraparound cars, more thugs and scorpions disguised in democracy, more wars, more cops, more poor and homeless, masses in rags, garbage pickers, panhandlers, wars, more mass graves, slave labor, payoff promises, arms unsleeving in needle alleys, swarms of tourists passing by. Death, you tear out our hearts and say, see, they're only muscles, and feed them to the son of prophets. Death, we're up to here in your bloodworks, and we've had enough of the backbreaking shell game that hustles us dry. We're sick of this destiny of exploitation and want another kind of society. You can have and will. The bottom line moved in Seattle almost 7 years since LA on a wider stage. 40,000 workers with environmentalists internationally strong, and the kick-ass of the new class screwing the tear gas in the jails, raising the spiral song against the negation that is capital. And now we can and will put more poor sparks to those who glow on every wrong, together making a millennium fire that will spread our desire for a world cooperatively tuned, like an instrument all people will have a hand in the making and playing of, to get the whole body of soul back, the dignity nailed to the garbage pail, and the faces ripped off and the feelings killed, and be able at last to walk out of every moment's jail into a world where a piece of bread will profitlessly belong to all, and we will come to a door no longer a stranger, and find the place is yours, simply because you're human and free as well as schools and hospitals, for you to live your heart out the way it was meant to be. You make possible what can't exactly be. Understand what can't precisely be understood. Put your foot down where there's a resonant footprint in the earth where it belongs. Wait before eating to see whether others need more, and worry things into existence only to translate them into hope. When I think Italy, a certain kind of weeping comes to my eyes, not because I'm sad, but because I'm singing. That's you. Sitting on a park bench, licking stamps between two untalkable women on International Women's Day, suddenly I see, hoping the woman on my right keep her nose in the newspaper she's reading, and the one on my left keep her head turned to the left, a man in blue overalls like that of a French worker, lying on the springtime grass, drunk he must be, or something like that, in the act of pissing, making a golden arc, his hand grabbing at his cock in his half-sleeve stretched out there, and the pee spouting out golden over the grass in relief against the blue background of his overalls, like the blue and yellow flag of the community of the New Europe, which are the same colors as the flag of the Jews in Europe in the 30s. And I keep on seeing the cover photo of the leftist magazine Calendario I saw in Italy a month ago, showing that blue flag with its 12 yellow stars in a circle, and at the center, ironically of course, a swastika. Anyway, during that time, he was just about finished, the last drops raining on his poor knuckles. Titolato, infatti, l'Arcanes di Agneta. È una Arcano, un'amica mia moglie, ma è possibile dire questa. Io ho voluto, ho provato un'immagine di una donna nel senso totale. È veramente impossibile, naturalmente, per un scrittore, un poeta, ma io ho provato. The Agneta Arcane. The total, more than the sum of your parts, Agneta, not in a snap-like of fashionable pose, nor in clever-like, nor in brilliant even. Among friends, in that Italian flat, where suddenly all the lines and furrows of 50 years were burnished into a golden youth, cheekbones and chin in exquisite loveliness, the lambent radiance of a naked heart opening inmost outwardly to my own, most torn in two. Beholding which, a stammer of silence, then a falling into the silence, from which this same listening from the bottom up, from the ashes and alphabet of bones down here, among the saving chortlings from the dark of the dithyramb originarius tomorrow. The one I see within me, the one my face is, to the negation of my facile. You air of wild grace, dancer turned inside out, high kick that topples all goose steps, singer whose sounds braid with mine harmonies clear down to the broken shoes in the windy street. For each lash a kiss, and by such iridology, see all of me so empty without your flaming. I want your mouth as in the beginning, flaming to flaming. The nude you, mourning my face, my lips whispering from inside your sigh of arms. The perfect embryo, because that sounds around the world lifting upon and a bearing of blush cargo and lust fires to a bliss bare as breathlessness and the sleep under the literal stars. 2. Half man, half beast, whom I can't get out of. I'm in a place I've never known because I can't dream my breath. When you want, I'll see you. Otherwise, I fear I'll never see you again. I died in your mouth last spring. You're a poet. The weather's turned perfectly blue. Number me nothing. I alone come true. The we cannot. It's not the way of these times, which are far blunger. You don't need me. You already have a woman. Her eyebrows, the curves of her closed eyelids, the ridge of her nose, her breathing, sleeping, keeping me so I can't even go downstairs to ride away from her body, but must scribble beside her as if I were just born, a grown pen from between her thighs. She makes me mount myself, and I do. She makes me lurid in my eyes, and I see. I'm stuffed with nothing and leak, and the cost and the payment I reek. Learn me. I'm dumb and always at the beginning. Even an instant's rejection throws me into a panic of remorse. Forget dying so much. Eat the rest of the blood orange. I'm really happy. Don't be blue. I think a hell of a lot of you too. You turn into me. I can tell by the time it takes for me to die each night. Always dying and always eating our way to the other's laughter. 3. The red beret, the knitted red scarf I gave you, your black coat with the black strap of bag you're carrying over your shoulder, the slight fray at the shoulders of the coat, a stray hair or two stuck to the fray, the spiral earring in your left lobe, the other one lost on the train from Paris to Venice. I've never thrown myself at wind and let it speak its hurricanes. Now I know what can bend and be stiff, what can empty and yet be full, what can feed to the brim yet leave me bony, what can cry and be dry as dust, and that I was born to sleep where I never. Your name in my mind, the soaring of a sigh whose nests in the egg of night. When we last listened to each other's steps, quick in us, though we parted for just a Paris street or two, almost to test, like chicks a hen or tremulous refugees, how far we could travel from each other. Each of us felt like a lonely die without a chance, so sadly. The other's presence more than banner or star, what we tear our clothes off for. Chiama una forma di risposta, poesia americana. American poetry. Masood asks me for 50 cents, squatting above his pennies on a piece of cardboard on the sidewalk. I give him it. Tom doesn't want the People's Tribune I sell in the saloon, but gives me $1, which buys 4 copies for 4 homeless people. I give the $1 maybe because Tom didn't want the paper to a guy fishing into a trash can for some food. Just couldn't help it. Letitia needs money for her and baby Sunra sitting in the cold outside the Cafe Roma. I give her $1 and a PT. Paul buys a PT in the Cafe Trieste and gives me $5 for 5 weeks. That's 15 copies for the homeless. JT, who I loaned a couple to last week, gives it back. Warren, who reads Eisenstein and Lenin in Kerouac Alley beside a begging can, buys the PT and a politically advanced ex-Panther and ex-con tells whoever happens to be standing or sitting down with him to buy one too. I could go on, and I will. Francisco il 1 maggio, quando 35 poeti e satirici hanno letto di loro contro il governo di Bush e le situazioni con rispetto alla guerra. E io ho scritto questo per quello. Il nome è Conceros, l'Arcano Conceros. Conceros è una parola medievale, vuol dire pamphlet, una parola ebreo, vuol dire pamphlet. To throw a monkey wrench into the total mobilization of the empire machine for those under a sun with its throat cut since birth, a sun born in chains that only shines at night, where dogs are eating dead bodies in the streets, and roots are captivity, and the simplest bread groans before it even enters a mouth, where revenge goes hand in hand with desolation to the school of suicide. Enter this thickly carpeted chamber, unbuckle your belt from around your religious waist, and with those who want to kill the killers, and those who want to kill those who have killed the killers, and with the shanda, the repeated shanda, and the actions of memory astonished that suddenly they themselves are sitting shiver in the wind blowing through everything. Unbutton your blood down to your naked soul. sea. Your uprooted waves of grass are the sea on which we count animals walk and bend and chew. But there's no rag for that 12-year period at the heart of your thirst for blood, nor an end to the bulldozers of trash you told us with. We who are smitten with your nothingness, looking at each other through asshole eyes. So for those trained for the resistance, arming themselves for the resistance, gathering and committing their bodies to the death in resistance, we who never dug into earth to discover the roots of the suicide that's ticking in our ears every day, we for whom peace is a pun on a gun or a woman to screw, and who insist on values the rest of the bleeding world knows we've already thrown away. Exceptional America! America, the exception, now demanding to be the rule, and the ruler as well, come down on mankind's open palm, who beat off the Soviets in a 36-year masturbation, including the rape of Vietnam, the snuffing of Guatemala, the stacking of wads of dough on the night table of Nicaragua, El Salvador, and Haiti to secure the brotheralization of these days. Empire, we're the underworld of the world, led by a suited-up gang of monsters. A lucre-mad Congress of cowards whose callous indifference and outpourings of bilge for the passage of laws of extortion and trivia have ensured that it will take a man or woman all of his or her life to become a simple human being. Empire indeed, you giant indignity, you among us flop on the world's stage. Only when, in just a few years, tough guy, that monster, to use your already warmongering name for her, will have overtaken you in every field of human endeavor and humanity, and that people, both older and younger than you, 1 billion strong, will say, we don't want you to make war anymore, anywhere on earth. If you do, we will stop you and your weapons of mass destruction without even a shot being fired. We're the majority. You're an unruly child. Go to the corner and learn your lesson. Then, America, finally, you'll be free.
It's no trick, nor is it exactly a discipline. I love this alone, perhaps more than anything, more even than you. It's like being translucently alive and at the same time dead. A buzzing in my ears reminds me as well that even a robot has hearing. I stand at this river edge in a scene as natural as anything pushing my pen across the water. I'm also on this bridge about to jump. Nothing can help me, and it does. I land in the time I've tried so hard to escape. Nothing's still up there urging me on. I can't write another word without kissing the ghost of myself on the rump in the darkness that tastes like tomorrow with its hands up, surrendering to the dawn its teeth in a glass of clear water. I've told you, I can make up anything, including these old lips.
Hirschman, Casa. Allora, io prima di semmai di passare ad altre cose, se qualcuno di voi vuole fare. Non so se avete visto la scheda biografica, c'è un 13 dicembre del 33 a New York. E allora Manuela Gaspare, eccola qua. Vediamo se a questa età riesce ancora a spegnere le candele. Allora noi riportiamo fuori la torta non per riciclarla per un prossimo compleanno, ma per tagliarla. Se volete venire con noi fuori così a dare gli auguri a Jack Hirschman, e poi ci tratteremo un po' qui a parlare con lui. Se volete lasciate i vostri indirizzi così vi teniamo informati delle prossime attività. Vi ricordo venerdì Umberto Cabal, grande poeta Maya. Lavoriamo.